Hello, everybody.
Hey everyone.
Iconic Marriage here, Kelso and Jackie. We're here to bring you another quick tip on how to take that marriage to the next level and also to master oneness. We are Kelso
Yes,
and Jackie, of course,
yes,
of Iconic Marriage. Go ahead and send those likes up. Come on in, come on in, come on
yes.
in.
Tag up
We,
your marriage
yeah,
friends.
go ahead and share. But we're going to have a ball with this session tonight. Again, we're not going to be before you long. We're going to just drop this real quick and give you some tips. And listen, we are in our studio area. We're actually doing some remodeling here. And so you'll start seeing us do our lives from here. And we'll also be going through the process of making some changes. So I'm just excited about being in the Kelso and Jackie Global Ministries and also Iconic Marriage Studio. And we're going to continue to make things work. But go ahead, look, share, let people know we're on. We're excited to be able to share with you this evening. And again, we're going to give you some quick tips. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a very powerful subject because, of course, our topic is dealing with affection, showing affection. Hey there, Ashley. Good to
Hey
see you.
Ash.
Hey
Hey.
there. Hey there, Sonia. Good to
Good
see
to
you.
see you.
Absolutely. But we're going to be talking about
Share, share,
yeah,
share.
go ahead and share. But we're going to be talking about a really good subject tonight about compliment versus criticism,
And we're still in our
affection.
yeah, we're still in our monthly theme dealing with affection.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to go there with compliments because
Mhm.
compliments is a part of showing affection,
It
right?
is. It's a part
Yeah, so
of it.
who doesn't like compliments? All
Right,
right.
right.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. It's quite a few of you on. We're going to go ahead and jump right on in. Y'all
Yeah.
know these are some quick lives, so we want to go ahead and get in.
Oh,
Hey,
Taylor.
where we fit in. Hey, Taylor. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Val. All right, you're coming through. You're coming through.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So a compliment is very simply an expression of praise or adoration.
Yeah.
An expression of praise or adoration. That's
Sweetheart,
what a
you are
compliment
awesome.
is.
You are
Yay.
amazing. You
Yay.
are glorified, Jackie.
Woo!
You the bomb.
Indeed. And every time he tells
I
me
am
things
too.
like that,
I am too.
right, I feel good. I feel edified. You are.
I'm
I
just
guess that
messing.
was my cue to
No,
give
no.
him some compliments. But I do that.
Yes, she does.
Yeah,
She did it this morning. This morning,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. You got to think of little ways to make sure that your husband leaves the house feeling good.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you don't want him to go out empty because guess what? He may get full on somebody else's words, right? But if he's already filled up with what you have to say and how you think about him, how you feel about him, what anyone else's compliments
Right.
is just icing on the cake,
That's
right?
right.
It's
That's right.
not going to define their comments, are not
Nope.
going to
Nope.
define him, right? They're
Mm-mm.
not
Not going
going
to
to.
reshape,
Come on,
remold,
his
or
life was his life.
redirect.
That's right.
That's
His
right.
life isn't going to rise and fall on
That's right.
somebody else's words, but you want to find yourself giving those words of praise, those words of adoration.
That's right.
Everybody likes a compliment. What do y'all think? Just talk to us in the comments. Everybody wants a
Yeah.
compliment.
Yeah.
Are you looking good? Are you
Hmm.
smelling good? You may have
That's right.
lost a couple of pounds. How we do. We want people to notice we've lost some weight. We don't want to
Yeah.
tell them we lost it, right? So when your spouse says, "Hey, it looks like you're slimming up," hey, that can take you a long way.
Yes, it can.
Amen.
Yes, it can.
So,
And guess what? Women are not the only ones that like compliments. Men like compliments as
oh
well.
yeah,
Sometimes we think that compliments are only designed for women, but let me tell you something. You want to get a man to do something, give him some praise,
that's right.
and let him know how awesome he is,
That's it.
how good he is, what he's doing. Thank you for being a provider,
That's right.
for giving us security in our
Yes.
relationship, our
Yes.
family. Thank you for creating a system of trust, and also having a vision, men having a vision for the marriage,
Big, big, big.
thank you. And when you say that type of stuff to a man keeps going and going and going and going and going. And that's what we want to create
That's right.
with
That's right.
our compliments. And then it's that other side called criticism. And most of the time when we deal with compliment versus criticism, we think criticism is just something that is bad. It's something negative. And of course, criticism, it actually means, and this is important, it means to make a judgment or merit on a merit or fault.
On
Right?
merit, yeah.
On merit or
Yeah,
fault. And so
absolutely.
when we look at criticism, first thing we think is something negative. You always got to say something negative or call something out about me. And that's not what criticism is. There is a destructive criticism, but there's also a constructive criticism. And sometimes we find ourselves being in imbalance or having improper balance when it comes to compliment versus criticism. And we say we want the compliment, but we don't want the criticism.
Yeah.
And when you have that, then your marriage or your relationship is really out of balance.
That's right.
And so, guess what? Even though we said compliment versus criticism,
Yeah.
is one better than the other, or do you need both? Guess what? You need both. You need the constructive criticism as well as the compliments.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because sometimes what started out as a compliment can end as criticism.
Yep.
And so you have to really be very strategic and careful to
That's
watch
right.
that. If you're trying to give a compliment, leave it where you put it, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, I'm just going to speak for us ladies. Sometimes, we can start out real good, but next thing we know, right, we got them right where we want them. And then we slip a Mickey in there and end up saying something that's a little off-putting, a little off color, and all of the joy and the boost that he was feeling just
Right.
deflates in the
Right.
moment.
Right.
And so you want to make sure that you're being very calculating, make sure that you're very strategic. And look, if you have to start out by walking away, give the compliment and walk away, right?
And sometimes we as men, we fail to realize where a compliment is needed.
Absolutely.
When to give that compliment. Sometimes your wife is walking around you and she's kind of prancing and smelling all good, and she's getting close to you just to give you a cue. I want a compliment, not from anyone else, but from you.
Yeah.
And so you got to catch those cues. And yes, stop saying this thing, I'm not a mind reader. No, it's not about being a mind reader. It's about being aware of what's happening in your surroundings. Notice your wife, show those levels of excitement.
That's right.
And just notice and awareness. All right. So Ashley, she says, I need both, but it depends when. That's good. You
Oh.
need the compliment and the constructive criticism, but it depends when, because sometimes you can say things at the wrong time
Absolutely.
or do things at the wrong time, and that can throw your whole day off. And so that's a good one. I like that.
Very good. Thank you so much, Ashley. Valerie says, walk away.
Just walk away.
Yeah. But sometimes we can tend to say too much and then we kill the effort, right? We're not
Right,
trying to
right.
kill the effort,
No,
right?
no.
And so it's very important that we understand when we're being constructive with our criticism and when we're being destructive. Because sometimes we think because we're coming with the right intention, well, you know what? I have the right heart about something, but guess what? You didn't have the right sound. You didn't have the right sound.
Yeah.
You didn't have the right delivery,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. So be very careful. Premeditate constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Think about it. Process it first. How is this going to
Mhm.
play out, right?
Mhm.
Make sure that you see three or four different versions of
Right,
how this
right.
can play out so that
That's
you
right.
can get the very best possible outcome, men and women of God, when it comes to giving constructive criticism. But we want to be heavier on the compliments, right? Heavier on the compliments, making sure that we're saying words that praise and build up our wife, our husband,
Yeah.
right? Making sure somebody say, be heavy on the compliments, right? But we've got to be the type of people who can take constructive criticism,
Right,
right?
right.
And sometimes that's the real problem, is
It
that
is.
we're not getting the type of building, right? Because mastering oneness in marriage, becoming one, is a building
It
process,
is a
y'all.
building process.
It's a journey. You're building something with one another. And you've got to be building yourself, doing your own personal work, right? With God, through the scriptures, through your prayer time, where you can handle constructive criticism.
Right. And the key is understanding that both of them are equally important.
Yes.
Sometimes, as I was stating earlier, the imbalance in the compliments versus the constructive criticism, it can really cause one to think through compliments. It can cause one to think everything is all right and I have nothing to work on. And so when you never ever offer constructive criticism, like bringing them to the side and saying, sweetheart, can I give you some advice, or can I talk to you about something? And kind of, open it up. Sometimes we talk about the sandwich method.
Yeah.
Your bread, which is your setup, and then you put your meat in the middle, and then you end with your bread to put that sandwich together. In other words, you start with something kind
Mhm.
and you tell them how wonderful they are, which is that
Yes.
compliment. You put all that meat, which is your constructive criticism, in the
Yes.
middle, and then you end with a compliment.
Come
And now
on.
you'd have
That's so
made your
good.
husband or your spouse a
Yes.
really good sandwich, right? You
Come on.
prepared something great for them. So that's,
They can ingest it.
that's right. That's
Yes,
right.
they can
That's right.
digest it. They can take it. They're not going to throw it back up, right?
Right. So that's what we want to share with you all today. Just begin to think in your mind, how is it that you can compliment one another? You don't want to be the nagging individual, always
no.
looking at everything negative that you don't like or
That's
that you wish they would change about themselves, because that's going to make your life,
Yeah.
not just your marriage
Yeah.
miserable, but your life
And can I
miserable.
just give them
Yeah.
another tip? You know, when you
Yeah.
focus more on the good things, it really takes out the sting about the negative things. You'll begin to really see that maybe what you're focusing on in the negative is really kind of petty and really not that big a deal.
Yeah.
It could just be a peeve that you
Right.
have, but it could be something that really makes them the
Yeah.
special person that they are, right?
Sweetheart, I don't know why you went there about them pet peeves, but
Because that's a whole
that's,
other video.
I'm telling you, because that's what really, for some of us, is the big issue with receiving constructive
Yeah,
criticism,
yeah.
is because we have this pet peeve,
Mhm.
and we have to deal with those things. Put that to the side,
Yeah.
That's the coming together, the compromising
Yes,
part
yes.
that actually says, you know what, that's not important right now.
Mhm.
How I feel or what I think or
What you're used to.
what I'm used to. That's it.
Yes.
That's it. I'm not even moved by that. Right now, it's about you and I.
Yeah.
It's about me and you,
Yes.
and me giving you what you need and you giving me what I need.
Come
And
on.
and that's the way we master oneness.
That's right.
We let that petty stuff go
Mhm.
and we focus on
Mm.
Fredo said,
Love those sandwiches. Especially when they're made right.
right.
Good to see you
Yeah,
on, Jafredo.
Yeah, good to see you, man. So those are things that we have to focus
That's
on
right.
in our relationship, and it really
Mm.
takes us to a place of mastering oneness.
That's right.
All right, we're Kelso and Jackie of
Yes.
Iconic Marriage, and we're helping others master
Master
oneness,
oneness.
and that's what we do. Listen, y'all continue to share. You may want to share this one because I don't know. We may have to do a part 2 to this one. Again, remember, we're your marriage coaches.
Yes.
We are taking people who are couples who are desiring to be coached
Yes.
into mastering oneness.
Yes.
And so please,
Engaged people.
or engage people as well, preparing you for marriage before you say I do.
That's right.
Please, you can inbox us here if you want to set up a 15-minute consultation, or even inquire about our counseling sessions or counseling and coaching sessions. We're here for you. We want to
Yes.
help you
Yes.
move
Get
towards
in now.
success.
Where you
Yeah, get in.
People are
People, yeah.
responding.
And you're going to have to make sure that you get your spot, secure your spot today. And again, we love you all so much. We want to see, matter of fact, what we say, we want to make marriage famous again, right?
Absolutely.
Right. We want
Yes.
you to be excited about your marriage, love on that spouse, compliment them, but also
God
know the
vision.
balance of
That's right.
constructive criticism. And what you say,
This
it's
is
God's vision. Yeah.
Marriage is God's vision.
Yeah.
Right? This is his thought, right? This is his big idea. And we want to do it right.
Yeah.
Right? We want to be
That's
fruitful and productive.
Yeah.
And we're showing up every week to walk alongside you, to give you something
Woo-hoo.
to take your marriage to the next level.
right.
That's
That's
what
right.
you're doing. You're mastering oneness in
Mastering
your
oneness.
relationships.
Huh?
Hey, Dallas. God
Hello,
bless
Dallas.
you. Good to see y'all all. I'm glad you all enjoyed everything. Valerie said excellent teaching. Very good.
Pound that phrase.
Indeed,
We
indeed.
love you guys. We can't stay in any longer. But listen, share this with someone. I mean, with at least 1 to 5 people. Share it and just let them know that we're coming on Mondays. We probably are going to make some changes with that soon. We'll let you know ahead of time because we want to make sure that we're able to find the right time.
That's right.
for
Or just
us to
tell
be
us in the
on.
comments, even after
Yeah.
we close the
close
live.
out. Yeah,
Is Mondays the better day for you all?
Yeah.
Give us some thoughts and suggestions so that we
Absolutely.
can
Absolutely.
accommodate our the majority of our audience.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Again, Kelso and Jackie of Iconic Marriage. We are mastering
Mastering
oneness.
oneness.
God bless.